Guys, as promised, today I'm going to explain to you what I'm going to do in the upcoming months, potentially even weeks, of setting up my next trade. Now, as you know, I'm a swing trader. I take large trades from the starting month. So, for example, this is towards the end of May. So, what I'm anticipating for the upcoming summer of what the market is going to anticipate. So, how do I do this? The first thing is that I'm going to look at the Dixie, right? The Dixie is the USD market, specifically the currency movement of the USD. So, I'm going to look at where it's currently moving to. So the first thing I've noticed is we've come below this point, right? We've displaced below this level, we've come down and we've wicked by this point, right? We've come up, rebalanced, come back up to this level and began to rip lower again. So what I could immediately mark out is that we've made this level, right? We're not beyond that level, we're not below the April low, but we're regulating around this area, right? So then I would go straight onto the pair that I trade, which is GU. And what we can see is a clear displacement. We can see something that isn't happening on the Dixie, and that is we are clearly well above that previous, what was the low of the Dixie is the high of the GU, which is here, and we're above that level. We've gone beyond that level, which means there is a displacement. That means there's a crack in the correlation. This means that the market is doing something completely opposite to what the Dixie is doing. Now, to reinforce this, we can look at the euro dollar and we can see the exact same thing. This is following the Dixie pitch perfect, meaning it is doing exactly what the Dixie is doing, but this pair, on the other hand, the GU, which is what I trade, is not doing that. In fact, it's gone beyond that and it's gone well above that. So what is that telling me? That is telling me that GU is running well higher than what it should be, meaning it should be going lower, meaning it's now being overbought. And this potentially is telling me that I want to start setting up sell trades. I want to begin to go short. Now, if you watch the previous video I just made, I was explaining how I was taking a lot of longs. Right now, for GU to be at around a 1.5 level is clearly telling me that this is well beyond what it should be. If we go into the weekly chart, right? If we go into the 1 week chart, this is saying we should not be this high up. This is well beyond what we anticipate. The GU is not going to go up to its 2021 levels because this is so far back that it's quite unrealistic. However, for this to then begin to follow the current trend that it has been, where it's been continuously running lower, we're just in currently an overbought area and the market wants it to run lower. I'm going to begin to start setting up sell trades, but not yet. What I'm waiting for, firstly, is for there to be a break of structure, something that's going to become an indication that we want to run low. The first thing was this. The fact that the market came down and trekked below this level, retraced, and then began to explode upwards is basically manipulating people to think that the market wants GU to go higher. When in reality, what is happening is actually wanting people to think, okay, I'm going to buy loads of GU and think that the reliance on the USD is quite weak. However, it's the opposite. The USD is actually getting stronger. It's not going lower than it should have been, hence it's getting stronger. Meaning, GU realistically, what I would anticipate is it's going to begin to make this move. And if you don't believe my predictions, please watch the very first video I ever uploaded on my channel. I predicted that Ethereum was going to drop from 3.3 thousand pounds or 3.5 thousand pounds, whatever it was, down, and it was going to rip lower, and it did exactly that. If not, I called the highest point of Ethereum down to the very bottom of 1.8k, where I actually traded it at around 1.8k to 2.3 thousand pounds. And so I called both not only the bottom but the high of both positions. Now, right now, I'm not trading any cryptocurrency just because I don't think the current market is easy to get into. So I'm currently just sort of sitting on the sidelines and just watching the market. But the one position I do want to get into is this GU trade. But what I'm going to do going forward into this is something that I've been noticing is a very common theme within the market of traders that are entering and wanting to create this as a career or a side hobby is funded accounts. So I'm going to challenge myself and I'm going to buy an FTMO challenge account. I'm not sure exactly how much I'm going to buy. I could potentially buy a 10,000 or a £100,000 account. Try and pass the challenge, and I'm going to do this step by step, meaning every trade I take, I'm going to show you guys exactly the trade I'm going to take and how I'm going to take it, how I'm going to pass the account, and exactly what I'm going to do going forward. I haven't seen many people do this exact thing where they sort of watch it from raw footage, like they see me purchase the account legitimately, and this is not a sponsored account. I'm not asking FTMO to give me an account or anything like that. I'm legitimately purchasing the account, and then I'm going to go forward and then try and see where I can get through with the account. Now, if we were to go out of this, right, if I was to take simply even 2 to 3 trades within this position of anticipating for it to rip lower, 450 pips with a reasonable lot amount will literally pass my account straight away. But that doesn't mean I'm telling you guys to take shorts right now. I'm saying be patient, wait for there to be an opportunity for you to take a short, and then start to scale in to these shorts for a swing trade. I am going to buy a swing trade account. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do step by step, and I'm going to show you exactly where and how I'm going to anticipate these moves to occur. So if you guys want to watch these kind of videos, I'm going to put a link in the description down below for my Telegram, where I'm going to be a lot more regular and upload a lot more, showing you the exact trades that I'm going to take. Alright guys, please like and subscribe, and peace.